So, Lembit Öpik, do the police need these new powers? Because they're not controlling the situation at the moment.
They don't need the powers because they've got the powers. You've just seen, this is nothing about the environment. Now, regular viewers will know that I don't think there's a climate emergency in the first place. Climate changes all the time. These people are the same people who argue about anything that happens just so that they can be their anarchistic, anti-establishment selves.
But why are they still able to do this every day, then, if the police have the powers?
Because of virtue signalling. The government's got itself into a complete mess. The Conservative government, Calvin, I don't want to blame him for it. He's the nearest person I can blame for this at the moment.
I've criticised them more than most.
That's true, actually.
Well, actually, sadly, that comes back on me. But the reality is, they think they can get away with this because the government says, oh, we've got a climate emergency, everything else, so they can sit there destroying the functionality of, at the moment, our transport system. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
You try to engage with these people about the climate and about the science of this, they haven't got a clue.
No.
And that's the problem.
Absolutely not. They're extremists. Calvin, the issue is, or the issue that I have, is that Priti Patel, I love what she says. I always love what she says. I want to believe she'll follow through with what she says because all of her rhetoric is always right. Yeah. But the whole reason why the Conservative base are losing faith with Priti Patel is because, unfortunately, she says the right thing, but then she doesn't seem to be able to follow through. Now, why is that?
It reminds me of when I was younger and I'd ask my mother if I could have some sweets after school. She'd say maybe, and I get my hopes up every time. Oh, that might mean yes, but eventually I learned that maybe meant no. And this is what Priti Patel reminds me of, because she sees the right things, I get excited, I'm like, yes, Priti, that's what we need. And then it never happens.
But I think, Dawn, she truly does want to give Calvin the sweets, Priti Patel. But she's
unable. It's a slightly worrying analogy we're going down now, though.
She's unable to deliver the sweeties, Dawn. Maybe because, you know, the civil servants in her department are working against her.
I think she is being held back by the civil servants. I think for whatever reason they're not over keen on her. Maybe it's because she's a forthright, forceful woman, and that always makes dry, dusty civil servants very nervous.
But she's got to do it, though. She's got to do it. She's there to deliver. She's got the time to deliver.
She has. What I would say, Dan, about new laws coming in is the police do have the laws. They can arrest these people.
Already. They've already got them.
They have already got them. And introducing new legislation, it does make worry about freedom of expression and democracy and the right to protest.
Dawn, look, I believe in the right to protest, of course I do, but to me, this was quite specific, what she said, not blocking our highway system.
But there is a law against that already. That is already legal.
I know, but weirdly, the judiciary don't seem to want to...
Well, this is the problem. I mean, it took those amazing Londoners...
Our virtue signallers too. I know.
Grabbed them off by the scruff of the necks, which I thought was brilliant. Heroes, each and every one of them.
I'm going to mess up your timings for this programme. Dawn is completely right here. They've got the power already. Calvin agrees, Dawn agrees, I agree. We're not even from the same part of the political spectrum. Well, it comes down to it. The bottom line here is, if they weren't so scared about this climate emergency, they'd get these people off the roads.
Of course.
Get us back
you're completely
travel.
right. So much is about virtue signalling. The judges feel it, the police feel it, it's a huge issue.